I spoke to my doctor about getting more professional help with mental health and things, and I mentioned to him about IAPT because that's when I found out about IAPT, and he said he would do the referral. So he typed it on the computer to do the referral, and said that there was a number I could call. And when I called the number, and I was getting a robot voice, it was very uncomfortable, very sort of long-winded, like an advertisement sort of thing, and I wasn't getting much in the way of help. And when I did finally get to a voice, the person said that it was a phone assessment, and I wasn't comfortable with the phone assessment, and at the time that they said that they was unable to assist me. The second time I got hold of IAPT was just last month in March. I went to my doctors and I spoke to my doctor about the IAPT again, and said that other service wasn't really up to scratch and a bit let down, and he gave me the information of Talk for Change, and he gave me the website and a number to contact. I went onto the website to study the page more and find out what it was more about, and noticed the IAPT and things, and filled out an online application information thing about myself, and ticked the boxes that, like, for mental health, anxiety, depression and things. And then I was sent a letter via the NHS with the connection to IAPT, and given me a 10-day period to contact back with them to confirm communication that I requested help. Once I received my letter to contact them to give confirmation that I request help, and to call call the IAPT number. So I called the IAPT number and got the robot voice again, which put me on edge. I wasn't really comfortable with that. And then it put me through to a voicemail service where I left a message confirming that I requested help with my contact details and information that was with the letter. And I left it at that. And then after that week, I received a letter saying that 10 days was coming to end, and that I didn't wish to be helped and stuff. And I was then angry because I communicated with them and got nothing back apart from a letter saying I didn't want help when I requested I did need the help. I called them back in an angry state, and got past the robot voice, and someone answered, and then I told them the situation and things, and then they asked me if I wanted to carry on getting help to be seen, and I stated yes, I wouldn't be calling otherwise. And then I apologised to the person because I was being very short with them, and they said, okay, we're going to arrange a phone assessment appointment, and when would I be free on the phone? And I said I didn't want to be assessed on the phone, or I wasn't comfortable, and I don't always get the things I need to come out, and they put me on hold for a minute or two, in fact about 5 minutes, because I remember it on the phone, and then they said, when we can do you a one-to-one appointment, and it's going to be for next week, sorry, it's not any sooner. So I was like, no, that's much better, it's fine. And so I had that appointment, and the person on the phone was nice and kept repeating to me and when the appointment was and where I needed to go and stuff like that. And they also sent me reminders, which I rely on a lot because I'm quite forgetful, and for the appointments. So one the day before, and then on the day like an hour before the appointment. So when it came to the day, I forgot about it until I got the reminder text through, and then I was a bit rushed to get there, and I thought I was going to be late. And when I got there, I was very nervous because it was at the hospital. It wasn't where I was expecting it to be at the hospital. And I nervously asked the receptionist at the new bit of the hospital, or the old bit of there's now a new bit, to where I needed to be. And then they gave me a map, because I didn't get a map to where to go, and they pointed it on the map. I was expecting it to be very sort of quick. I was probably more in fear of possibly being like sectioned or something. But when I got there, it was quiet, calm, and the person who coped with my case, she was very polite, calming. I opened it, very listening, and she asked the right questions. It wasn't intrusive, wasn't like pushy or anything. So it's all in own time sort of thing. I think on the phone for me it would have been like I would have been bored really quickly, and I would have just probably said yes, no, maybe to whatever, just to get off and do something else, because it wouldn't keep my attention for very long. Face to face, I was like me yourself now in a room, not much distractions, and communicating with each other and talking, rather than like questioning and like imprisoning or anything like that. It was relaxed. For me, personally, a lot better. I think it's not, before maybe it wasn't pushed out to the public more than it should have been. It should have been more open, more accessible. I found it a lot more easier and accessible the second time around. One of the main points that was being addressed for the mental health campaign was IAPT and the services that it provides, or the lack of services it provides. I think taken on board with Tyrone Suarez Blackford and some testimonials that were handed to him, I think that there was maybe a rethink and some adjustments made with the team of IAPT, and maybe some retraining or extra training to make the service a little bit more accessible and a lot better. I think the main thing we need to do now is probably to make it a lot more accessible and a lot more easier for people who do spend a lot more time being desocialized and stuck at home because they feel like they can't get out, to make it more accessible and of ease, so to bring people that are in the darkness into light, and so they can get the help that they need and support.